May we not be friends with people that will corrupt the good in us up to a point that our heart becomes dark and evil without realizing it. A senseless man is like a leaking tank that holds no water. It's so unfortunate that this kind of misfortune would happen to Munachi. Remember, after what happened in the last episode, that Andy and Ejike were having a fight, and Ejike pushed Munachi. She hit her head and fainted. Andy had to rush Munachi to the hospital. On this episode, Ejike called Andy to find out the hospital that Andy took Ejike, his wife, to. The question is Ejike becoming foolish? Is it now that Ejike is realizing that he has a wife that he pushed down as a result of having a fight with Andy? Is this some form of foolishness, or Ejike is just acting stupid? Andy told Ejike where he took the wife to, and Ejike took Dan to that particular hospital. And when they got there, Ejike asked Andy, "Where is my wife? Is she okay?" And the first thing that Dan could say to Andy was to ask Andy if Munachi is still alive, if she is dead. Wait a minute. Is Dan actually wishing Munachi dead? Is this not supposed to be a red flag to Ejike to know the kind of person that Dan really is? Why would your friend, the one you called your friend, wish your wife dead in front of you? Maybe this is as a result of their discussion that they were going to put it on Andy's head if Munachi eventually dies. Andy put it straight to Dan that I know that you wish Munachi dead, but it's so unfortunate that Ejike cannot see the bad person that you really are. Again, it's about time that we check our friends list and shelve those people that are evil around us out before it's too late. Munachi is just so unlucky to have Ejike as a husband. But then the doctor came out and they were all asking the doctor, how is Munachi, how is she doing? But the doctor brought a revelation that actually broke Andy's heart. The doctor said they were able to save Munachi and she will be fine. But the problem is that they were not able to save the baby. Oh, so unfortunate that Munachi was pregnant and Ejike, the husband, did not even know. All this is because of the problem that Ejike is putting Munachi through. I just knew that Munachi has been looking for the perfect time to tell Ejike that, oh, I'm pregnant with your child. But because Ejike cannot even give Munachi one moment to have a good discussion with her, Munachi decided to hide this information from Ejike. But now Ejike had to find out that he has a child when the child is already dead. Can you imagine? And Andy was so sad that this had to happen to Munachi. He would never wish that this kind of thing will happen to Munachi. No. That's not the type of person that Andy is. Andy is that particular person that everybody would like to have around them. They all went inside to meet Munachi while she was lying on the hospital bed. And Ejike was crying and saying to himself that the only time that he got to discover that he was supposed to be a father is the time that the child is already gone. That why is bad thing happening to him? Ejike was just crying and lamenting. At some point, I'm beginning to ask myself, is Ejike really faking this cry that he's trying to put on? But then Dan immediately started. It is not your fault. I blame Andy. It's all Andy's fault. Remember that Dan and Ejike already planned to put this blame on Andy if anything happens to Munachi. That is what Dan immediately started doing. And Andy was like, why are you blaming me? Why would you blame me? And Dan was telling Andy, how can you go to a married man's house to pick up a fight with him? Now, what right do you have to do that? In fact, you are the reason why Ejike pushed Munachi. Dan was trying to make it look like Andy was the one that pushed Ejike. But Andy also defended himself by telling them that it was Ejike that pushed Munachi down, not him. And that he's not going to take blame for something that he did not do. But wait, is Ejike trying to be foolish? Why would you blame some? In fact, this is not even the time for you to apportion blame to anybody. Ejike, instead of him to humble himself, he decided to say something that is so painful to Munachi. How can you say that Munachi is not even woman enough to handle pregnancy? That just a little push and now Munachi lost the baby. All this, Munachi was hearing it. Wow. If it were to be some women, they would just flare up. But Munachi was so quiet. She was so pained at this point that the same person that she called her husband could say this kind of thing to her in a time like this that she's passing through pain. Kai, may we not be blinded with evil friends. because Dan's influence in Ejike's life has made Ejike to act stupid at every point in time. Ejike does not have any atom of feelings or love in his life. He does not even know that he is not doing Maachi good by even getting married to Maachi. Maachi has been passing through pain since he got herself into this marriage. And at the time like this that Ejike was supposed to hold Maachi and tell her that everything will be fine and console Maachi, he is rather saying trash to her, that she is not woman enough to handle pregnancy. What kind of a man is this? Because sometimes when you are trying to be good, just like Maachi is so good to Ejike and his family, people will just try to test your ability to see if you continue to be good. This is what Ejike is trying to do to Maachi. Why would you say this to her? And then Andy immediately told Ejike that Ejike is not a good person, which is true. Why would you be saying this to your wife in a hospital bed? You are saying this. And Dan was like, why are you trying to blame Dan? Why are you trying to blame Ejike? You caused all this. Dan, okay. Immediately, Andy also told Dan that, I know what you are trying to do. You are a bad influence. You are a bad person. And you are trying to involve Ejike in all your evil ways. And Ejike is so stupid that he is not even opening his eyes to see what you are trying to do. You are only trying to destroy Ejike. And immediately, Dan also told Ejike that it's about time to check your friends list, to see the bad people around you, which is what I keep on saying. Because you might not even know the people that are wishing you well or that are wishing you bad. Because most of the friends, the best friends that you keep around us, they are secret enemies. You don't even know. And then Maachi was just fed up that all this is happening even in the hospital while she's trying to regain her strength. She had to send them out and told them to get out of this place. All of them should leave. I wonder what Maachi's mom is going to say about this whole thing. I wonder how Ejike's uncle is going to react to this, because I mean, this is too much. They want Maachi to leave this marriage and leave Ejike, but Maachi did not listen. At this point, I think Maachi will definitely realize that Ejike does not even love her the way he claims he loves Maachi. Or probably he loves her, but then he's blinded by Dan. But how can you tell me that a grown-up man like this will be controlled by his fellow man? Because at this point, I'm beginning to wonder if Dan is removing Ejike and making him to say things that he's not supposed to say. And Maachi was just crying in the arms of Rita. Rita, I am glad that you are such a great friend to Maachi. You and Andy are the best friends that Maachi had at this point. And Dan, instead of him to try to calm down the situation, he started by telling Ejike that Dan has done his worst. He has done what he wants to do. That is about time they do what they want to do as well. Ejike already know that Maachi is not woman enough to handle pregnancy. So it's about time they just do what they want to do. Immediately, Andy told Ejike, if Maachi were to be my sister, I will not allow her to be in this marriage with you, because you are only but a stupid person. You are a fool. You cannot handle. In fact, I won't say that I'm happy that the child did not come to life, but if this child had come to life, having you as the father, it will be the worst thing that will ever happen to any child, because you are nothing but a foolish person that is allowing this stupid man here called Andy to control you. I mean, this whole thing is true. If this child was to be alive, I wonder how Ejike will be able to father that child, having Dan as his friend. He said, there is nothing that you can do. You cannot do me anything. You just have to open your eyes and know the kind of person that you have as a friend. That I don't owe you anything. That even if I live your life today, you are not doing anything to me. I am only but your friend. I have your interests at heart, and you should have my interests at heart too. Which is what Ejike was supposed to do. But Ejike will rather stand for Dan, who is ready to bring him down, than to see the good that Andy was trying to do for him. I mean, that baby would have been the source of happiness, the only good thing that Maachi would have gotten from this marriage. She has also lost it in the process. I wish Maachi quick recovery from all this trauma that Ejike has put her into. Please, if you have not liked the video, consider liking the video and subscribe to the channel if you are new here. I'll bring the next episode as soon as it drops, but for now, take care.